In today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to digitize this awesome font letter utilizing the Design Doodler. Let's get started. Welcome back, Legacy family, and if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Ken and I'm here to teach you all about digitizing and embroidery. Now that the Design Doodler trial is out, you guys have had a chance to create your own designs and check out some of the tools. But one thing that I've always wanted to try on the Design Doodler is creating more of those logos or fonts kind of designs. Now, as we all know, the Doodler is more meant for creativeness, where you don't necessarily have to be super precise. That's where I want to see if I can push the limits. So let's get started. And to digitize today, I'm using a tablet, which will also link down in the description. First things first, I'm gonna open one of the images by clicking this button down here, and here I have two letters, but I think I'm gonna stick with this K letter. I'm going to resize it by clicking on this little button down here that allows me to resize and move the image around, and I'm going to enable the hoop size so that I can see where I want to place it. I obviously don't want it to be too big. I'm thinking this is gonna be some sort of like a logo that goes on the chest, something like that. And then let's go 1-to-1. I think that's pretty good for now. And then last thing before I start digitizing, we're going to go under the properties while the image is selected, and I'm going to bring down its opacity. If you guys have never used this program before and you want to try the trial as well as getting to know all of the tools, make sure to click this video above so you can see a whole walkthrough by John Deere teaching you everything about it. Here we have the 1-to-1, 1-to-3, and 1-to-6 ratio, which is going to be awesome because that's what we're going to use. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to try this letter is because it has these little shapes right here. This part has me so intrigued because at least over here we can just use a straight line, and then we're gonna have to switch from just doing a single stitch to almost like a satin just to be able to create these areas as well as down here. It's honestly gonna be so much fun to digitize this whole thing. Now, the way in which I like to go about my digitizing is to kind of go around the border, and as I find shapes I will go and start digitizing those. But I don't know, this is a little bit different, so we're gonna find out how to do it exactly. So I'm gonna go 1-to-3, and over here I have my wheel where I can select all my tools. I'm probably gonna be switching between this line, and I think the reason why is so that I can create those straight lines. Enable the 3D. You can see that's a single stitch in a straight line. It's just gonna make it easier for us to digitize. I'm going to place one here, and then I'm going to go this way. Let's go down this way. If you guys haven't seen the red work tutorial, highly suggest you do, because I'm going to try to do 2 passes on this whole design, at least for these single stitches. So something like that. Let's see, 3D on, 3D off. That looks awesome. And then it looks like here it's going to start doing more of like the 3D. So should I just finish this? I think I might as well finish it. So yeah, let's go back this way, like here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to, let's see, can I just use the ruler really quickly? How wide is that? That's 3.2 millimeters. So you know what? We can definitely do satin on this. I'm gonna make the satin a little bit bigger. Can I select different tools for the satin? Oh, I can. Nice. So I'm basically gonna use the straight line for satin the whole way as well, as much as we can. And then right here, I guess I'll just kind of create this little curve like this. Awesome. Nice. That was nice. Awesome. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch back to this one, and let's continue. This is more of a free hand instead of like a straight line. And again, I just want to do 2 passes. So that's 1, 2. So that area is basically done. If we zoom out, it will look something like that. Awesome. Zoom back in, and let's keep moving. Okay, I don't want to hit the 3D, I don't want to do the satin part here just yet, because I do want to return and I have to finish that side. So we're in a way just kind of finishing this whole area. I'm going to switch back to straight lines so it becomes easier. Then I can switch back to freehand just so I can do this part right here. 1, 2. Let me make that prettier. It's okay if we have to undo a couple of times, guys. This is part of the learning experience. And again, switch back to the straight line. Bada bim, bada boom. Let's go through this whole area. We're gonna do the satin over here. So we obviously don't wanna, this little line that I've created just now right here, this is gonna go underneath the satin, which is why it's okay that I'm just, it's called pathing, and I'm just pathing that whole shape. And in the end, this line right here is not gonna show because the satin will be on top, okay? let's actually, you know what? I want to try something where I'm going to use a straight line. I'm probably not going to do this with everything because it might be faster to just do it freehand. But let's try this just for fun. I'm going to grab this whole line and I'm going to go under properties and I'm going to click add. And under add, I'm going to add 1 point here and 1 point there. Now I'm going to select it and let's see if I can do this. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that is going to be very interesting to play around with. And if you guys want to have super detailed and precise lines, then that is an option. And I guess we'll see if we can do that again. I'm just going to go up this way, go all the way up, keep going this way. For here, let's try doing the same thing. So I'm just going to connect it all the way up here, one single line. Again, I'm going to select the thing, the line. I'm going to click add and let's see how many points do we need. We probably need 1, 2, and that should be enough. Now we're going to select and we're going to move this here like so. Then we're going to move this point right here and this one. Let's see if we can move it. Just got to get this out of the way. And this one like so. Done. Cool. Maybe we could keep the properties there if we're going to continue using them. Here we're going to do again the straight line. And then here I'm going to do one line. Click on this tool at the bottom right here to change the angles and to change the add points to this. So I'm going to switch to add. I'm going to add a point right there, select it, and let's create that little shape right there. Again, this is not necessary. You can honestly do freehand as well if you want to. And I'm just going to move it around. But I like to test out different tools. I like to see what the possibilities are. Now for this area, you know what? Let's try doing it freehand. Why not? So I'm going to go freehand all the way down. And you can see that there's a little bit of a difference in how straight that line is versus like when I do freehand. My hands are super shaky. I've had my coffee in hand and I've been drinking it nonstop, so it's definitely not helping for today. So you know what we'll do is we're gonna undo. I'm just going to do this shape onto here, switch to my straight line, go down, go back up, and then switch to the freehand and finish this area like that. Perfecto. Bring all the way down again because that satin is going to be there, so it's not necessary to do the whole thing. Now let's see, should we continue or should we turn back? That is a really good question. We can choose to do many different things. Let's see. I'm thinking that I kind of want to finish this whole area right here. It kind of looks like this whole shape is going to be on top of that. So let's return this right now. I'm just going to grab the line. I'm going to create kind of like a little zigzag here so that I can bring in the satin. Something like that. Then I'm going to switch to satin and go like that. I just want to cover this little area right here. I don't know yet if I can actually fully like mold the satin or not, but it's okay. We're still figuring it out. No problem. Oops. Done. Nice. So we got that covered right there. And then I'm going to switch back to the freehand and almost just freehand that little area like so. Maybe a little bit better. Yeah. Awesome. That's pretty nice. Let's see if we go 1 to 1, what that looks like. Looking pretty nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's return. Should I try doing a freehand this time? Or are we gonna try and stick? Let's try to do freehand. You know what? Let's do a little mix of everything. So freehand right there. Then I'm gonna switch back to the straight line all the way here. There we have another satin, but to be honest, it's so small, so I'm not even gonna bother using satin. I'm just going to create my own zigzag stitches like this and then go around. Awesome. I want to fix that a little bit just because it is a little bigger. That's perfect. Cool. And then let's continue, go all the way this way, and now here we can switch to a straight line going all the way down. So let me just do that right now. Move lower, switch back to, oh, I keep pressing the wrong tool, switch back to the freehand, and here I'm gonna start doing the zigzag once again. Actually, can we do this manually? It'd be pretty fun if I could. So I'm gonna do it like this. I know it's not gonna be as cool as an actual satin. Yeah, you can definitely tell it looks more freehand, but this font in a way is kind of cool because it's like an old school like font, like a K. So I don't know, I kind of don't mind the little like sketching look to it. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna switch back to the single stitch, just fix this a little bit, and switch back to the satin. I should have used, yep, I'm gonna switch back to the straight line. There, cool, just so it looks nice and neat, you know, make it easier for us. Up, and then freehand. Create this area like so, just a little bit like that. It's cool to do a little mix. What do you guys think so far? Do you feel like you'd be comfortable creating fonts like this? Do you think it takes too long compared to like traditional digitizing with a mouse? I would love to know your thoughts, so make sure to comment down below. And then I'm gonna switch to the single stitch and create that there. Actually, I don't need to go all the way up there. We can just finish right there. Awesome. And we can switch back to the straight line and go up and go up. Awesome. Look at that. Let's go 1 to 1. We have finished the whole outside. It's pathed correctly, which is what we need at the end of the day. We don't want this design to be jumping all the way around. And now we can continue with the rest. So I'm thinking this design is most likely going to finish right here. It kind of feels like it has to. So let's keep going. We're going to keep doing the same thing we've been doing so far. 1, 2, 3. Straight line going down. And I'll finish another one. We'll try doing the super accurate path thing. We're gonna add a point right there. Oh, do I have to select the thing first? Yep. Okay. So again, I'm going to select it. I'm going to add 2 points, one right here and one right here. Then I'm going to select it and I'm going to modify it so it does something like that. Perfect. Now we're gonna go underneath. Should I finish that area first? No. It looks like it connects on this side, so we're just gonna go all the way around, finish this part right here. I'm just gonna freehand it. I think it's gonna be a little quicker. So freehand, awesome. Return with a straight line, all the way down there. Right here is the closest to that one, so I'm just going to freehand it once again. 1, 2, done, cool. All the way around. What is this? Let's find out. So that's the outside. Yeah, let's finish that actually. That's perfect. Let's go and click this. So move around. Go with a straight tool. All the way up. Move this part. Go this way. And should I do freehand? Yeah, let's see. I gotta practice my freehand, guys. I have to get better at getting straight lines. Oh, that was pretty nice actually. That's not bad at all. Happy with that. And again, you got to remember that we're zoomed in, so once we zoom out, you're not necessarily gonna notice all of these like tiny little details. So give yourselves a break, guys. Don't be so super picky, okay? It's better to have a design that looks 80-90% really well done, and you guys keep practicing instead of, you know, like trying to get 100% of the design and then giving up and then you never create anything. So it's okay. We strive for perfection, but there's always gonna be mistakes in digitizing, and that is okay. So I'm gonna switch back here. This is going to be a little bit of a satin. I'm probably gonna do that freehand, no problem. Go all the way around. Perfect. And switch back to straight. Hey, and we meet once again, don't we? We have met back here. So I'm just gonna return. We're just, yeah, perfect. Go back up. Move this way. How many stitches are we at so far? We're only at 1,100 stitches. That is so tiny. Well, we still have a long way to go, kind of, not really, but 1,100 stitches for the amount of stuff we've done so far is pretty nice. I'm quite happy with it. So let's go this way, go all the way around, and are we gonna do satin here? Probably. So I'm just gonna switch to satin, or steel, whatever you guys are more comfortable calling it. Hey, that was a pretty good line right there. Again, it's not perfect, but it was pretty good and I'm happy with it. So I should do, nope, that was not good. So I'm gonna switch to a straight line at this point, go all the way down here. Awesome, that is much better. Oh, why is it not showing up all the way there? Oh no, it is. Okay, perfect. And for here, I'm just going to go back to this, switch back to freehand, and just finalize this like that. Again, this is so tiny. I'm zoomed into, what is it? 1/3 ratio. So this is something that, like, although it looks giant and a lot of people are like, no, that's wrong, you guys won't even see it like that. Remember, especially with embroidery, you're the one who's embroidering it. The clients will never even see the digitizing, and they're gonna love it. So just do your best, aim for the best, and practice and get better. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't really like the way that looks. It's looking a little iffy. That's better. And let's keep going. Gonna kind of keep that shape. I gotta make it a little bit nicer. Okay, I can't get too sloppy with it. And let's do that. Cool. Switch back to satin, and I'm going to utilize the straight line around there. Awesome. Switch back to single stitch. I love the single stitch and the satin tool. They are so much fun to use. Something like that. Awesome. And again, switch back to satin. Cool. Let me just fix that up a little bit better. It's kind of hard to see once you have a little too many stitches, but it's no problem at all. Now I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's pretty good. Switch back to the single stitch. Nice. And let's finish it up there. And move all the way up here. Oh, straight line. Much easier. Now let's see. I'm going to switch to 1-to-1. You guys can see we've pretty much finished all of the outside now, which was pretty simple, super easy. We're at 2,000 stitches, which is awesome. And then if we actually play this, let's go under view slow redraw. Let's play this. I'm just gonna disable the image so you guys can see. It goes around. It's going to create that satin shape. Go back down, create that cool effect, and then go on the other side and do just what we did. Awesome. And I love that it's really looking like if it was digitized on like a professional design so far. Now, we have two options depending on the kind of digitizer that you are. I'm someone who dislikes very much having to cut and trim and then have to start somewhere else. So my goal with this design is going to be to avoid jumping at all and then just finish the whole design together, which means that I'm probably going to have a line right there. Now I know it's definitely jumping into the white space, but it's okay, guys. Like, it's going to be so tiny, people won't even notice it at all. So that is going to help me finish this side over here, as well as finish this side over here without ever having to trim or jump or cut or anything like that. Okay, so let's take care of the left first. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to start at the bottom here. Yeah, I think that's probably the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the end over there, then switch to the satin tool. Let's pick the widest. That's a little too wide already, so you know what, let's maybe switch it back to this one. That's a little better. Awesome. And then I'm going to switch to the single stitch, go on the next one. I'm going to do my best to follow through with these, but again, in digitizing and with embroidery, you have to sometimes make changes in order for the design to look better. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm following the general design, but I am changing a couple of the settings to it. So this way and right here, so it looks nice. Oh, what's going on? Perfect. And again, switch back to the satin tool, make a return because I want everything to connect. Switch back to the single stitch, go up, and here I'm already kind of trying to space these out even though they're the same width, just so that it gives that effect that is getting spaced out. So again, there, boom, Might be a little too tall. We'll see. We'll see how that looks. Let's see already. Keep going. So single stitch, go up and there. And then the satin. Now I am gonna start switching back to this one. Make it a little thinner now. So it's gonna go up, start becoming thinner. And let's make it like this. Oh, that's very thin already. It's gonna look very interesting. We'll do maybe like 2 or 3 of those. So another one, thin. Let's do this thinner. Oops, forgot to switch. Thinner. And last one, and then we'll go to the thinnest for like another 2. And then we'll switch back to the single stitch because the rest seems to be single stitch. So again, 1, go all the way to the end. We're gonna do satin, but we're gonna do the thinnest, which is that one right there. Cool. Wow, that is so thin. That is incredibly thin. So we'll see how it looks like when it's embroidered. And let's go one more. Let's finish it there. And we're gonna do satin, super thin, and let's move around. Let's see what that looks like. Cool. Yeah, and the rest is just going to, I'm gonna disable 3D so it's easier to move around. The rest is just going to be single stitch so we can blast through them super quickly. Go up 1 and return. Awesome. Up 1 and return. Up 1, return. Up 1 and return. Up 1. Sorry to sound like a broken record, guys. 1 and return. Up 1, return. And last one, up 1 and return. Let's see what that looks like. 1 to 1. Ooh, it's looking interesting, isn't it? Now let's finish the rest of the rodeo by going up this way. Oh, I hope I didn't touch anything by accident. No, perfect. Just gotta make sure. So we're gonna go up, and here I'm just going to kind of do it like that. Straight lines all the way around. Cool. Move all the way to the bottom, all the way down. Something like that. And here what I'll do is probably, what do we do? What can we do? We have many options. I'm just gonna finish it there, bring it back. And you know what? Let's do a couple of, I think I should do satin. I think satin will look the best, something like this. So I'm just gonna create this little thing right here. And I'm going to switch to satin. Again, I want it to be bigger, so I think that one will be nice. And I'm gonna do straight line. It's not straight line. Straight lines. Perfect. And switch back to this one and create this little path right here. You know, just give it a little bit of that effect, skibbity effect. Okay, let's go back up, returning, up. There we go. We got the scissors right there to tell us where we last left. Awesome. Just gonna add that little effect right there. Nothing special. Bring it all the way down. And that already has 2 paths. 2 paths. Awesome. Perfect. That should have 2 paths as well because of these. Should we do one more just in case? No, that's pretty good. That's 2. Cool. Otherwise, it'd be 3. Finish it up right there. Cool. And now we're back to the center. Woohoo! I'm just gonna speed run this whole part, guys, so I don't bore you with the details. Let's go. Alright, so that whole area is done. Let's go all the way down here just to finalize this whole part. Down there, switch back to the satin. Bring back the big satin. Cool, at the end. Awesome. Again, switch back to single stitch. And let's create this little shape right here. Nice. And let's go back. straight line all around top. We're done with this whole bottom area, so let's move on to this quick little part right here. Just kind of like creating that little angle by just clicking and letting go. And we're gonna return like so. And are we about to finish this design, guys? Is it almost done? And boom, that's it. The K is done. Let's go back to 1-to-1 and check it out. I'm gonna remove that image, and that is what the K looks like. Of course, we can go in and, fix all of these little knickknacks, but I'm dying to see what this looks like embroidered, and I can't wait to show you guys. Again, before we finish, let's just do a quick little run of the whole design. So it's gonna create that area, go all the way around. It's doing a single stitch, coming back. Awesome. Creating that part 2. Cool. And then it did that little jump right there. You guys know. It's okay. It's going to be so small. No one's even going to notice. I love it. I love it because it is not jumping or trimming at all. Awesome. All the way back. Creating those shapes right there. And finishing it up. Can the Design Doodler do letters? We're going to find out once this is embroidered. Let's go. And there you go, guys. Here's the design now done. Oh my goodness. Did you guys believe it was possible when you first clicked on this video? I'm pretty impressed with the capabilities of the Design Doodler. I think using the straight line definitely helps a lot, and just playing around, doing a little mix of everything gets us this result. Leave a comment and let us know what you guys think of this design. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to create this cool K. I might even put it on the chest of my shirt. Who knows what we'll do with this awesome product. If you guys are interested in trying out the Design Doodler, then click the link in the description and click on this video next to keep watching more of our tutorials. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy embroidery. What letter should I do next? Or should we just do the whole alphabet? Let me know.